So I have configured the project for debug. So I have LLDB launch here. Since this is Mac, your case, if a Windows GDB launch should appear as configuration. So let's continue defining the person class. So in public member, let's define constructor which takes name as string and then this is a bank account. So let me switch to person public constructor person takes string as name and integer as age. And then let's define a few member functions. String get name function which returns a name. Since it does not change any members, a name or age, we can have a const function for that. And then get age, we can have a const function for that. So let's define person.cpp person.cpp. So we'll define a constructor and those two member functions. First, we need to include person.h, the interface definition of the class. And person colon colon person is constructor. It takes name and age, and then we can use initializer list. So name is initialized by n and age is a and the like. Then the body of the constructor could be empty. We don't do anything at all. And then string type person class get name is return value is a string type. It's a const function. And return name, very straightforward. The get age int return type, person class get age, const function age is there. So person class is defined. Then let's continue with bank account. Bank account public member. We need to take care of constructors. Let's have a few constructors like bank account default constructor, and then some constructor that takes argument. So for example, double only, this is for balance. Balance is initialized as a bank account object is created. Another one would be bank account with string and int, that is owner info. Owner info, name and age is provided. Like then for those three constructors, let's give a bank account.cpp. We need to include bank account.h, then bank account constructor, default constructor, initializer list, ID -1, balance 0, and then owner, no name, something like this. So if you look up the bank account.h, you have ID, balance, owner. So we have an error here, so we'll discuss that shortly. So at this moment, let's just leave it. Don't do anything about owner, but let's explicitly give owner as a person class. So let's construct a person with a name and age, something like this. But we still have an error. We'll explain that shortly. So what the error message says is that person string int to overloads and the like. So what it means is that if a member of the class, like owner, is other class type, unlike int or double, then when you create the bank account object, this is initialized by a default value, and then some values given. Even if I write this way here, it looks like when you create the bank account object by this, then owner will get this value. So person is created by two parameters. But however, prior to executing this assignment, what's happening? Another some weird C++ semantic is that when you create the bank account object, if the member is of other class type, this object owner is created by default constructor of a person first, and then whatever you assign will be assigned later. So that's the C++ grammar rule. So what it means is that when bank account is created, that person type owner should be created by default constructor, which means a person class should have a default constructor. But here I don't have a default constructor here. That's why I have an error message here. It's a little bit difficult to find why this is an error. So in person class, if I give a default constructor, person default constructor, and then implementation, let's give a default constructor where I say name is no name and age is -1 and the like. So if I give a default constructor, now the error should go away. The error goes away. It's okay. So which means if you have a member of another class, then this object is created. This member goes through two creations. First, by default constructor, this one is created as the initial value, and whatever you specify will happen second time. So there's something called performance overhead. Then how to avoid that, we'll explain in the next video.